What up, everybody? It's your boy Age, and I'm back. And I know I've been on a long hiatus, but there's not been too much to talk about in the sports world, and I do not want to bore you guys with the monotonous list and such and such and such and such. But sports is finally coming back. Baseball started last week. MLS started a few weeks ago. The NHL starts Saturday. And today, what I'm really here for is today is the official restart of the NBA season. Now, as we all know, the NBA entered a bubble a few weeks ago in Orlando, and so far, so good. It's worked pretty well. We've had a couple players leave. We've had the Lou Will situation, which I think is a big deal, but not as a big deal as everybody wants to make it. But that being said, we all want to know about the award situation, and the voting went on between the 21st and the 28th. Now that doesn't go into account of these 8 regular season games before the playoffs start, and they will be announcing the award winners before or during the playoffs. Excuse me, and these votes didn't count towards these games. So I'm gonna give you who I think is my award winners and my predictions, and after that we'll jump into my predictions for tonight's two games to start off this NBA restart. Now, let's hop right into it. MVP award winner, in my opinion, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think he will win back-to-back MVPs. He's averaging 29.6, 13.7 rebounds, and he has a PER of 31.7, while also leading the Milwaukee Bucks to the best record in the NBA for a second consecutive season. He can do it, and I don't see any reason why he shouldn't win it. And I know a lot of people have been on LeBron James train, and I respect LeBron James tremendously, leading the league in assists. Lakers' second best record in the West, and up over 4 games over the second-seeded Los Angeles Clippers. LeBron has done a phenomenal job over there. He still has Anthony Davis. Giannis has Chris Middleton as his second best player, and I know they have an overall better team, but Giannis keeps pushing forward and keep pushing forward. And a lot of people want to count his playoff record, but this is a regular season award that we're counting, and I'm going with none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now let's go with Rookie of the Year, and this is a runaway for me, and I know Zion would have been in discussion, but it's easily Ja Morant. He's averaging 17.6 and 6.9 assists per game for a Memphis Grizzlies team that nobody saw coming. They're young. They have Jaren Jackson Jr., they have Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks. They have a nice young team, and they're in the A spot right now, 3.5 games up in a tough, loaded Western Conference. Ja has been making plays all year, trying to dunk on everybody. Even one play goes back to mind is the dunk that he tried to dunk on Kevin Love that looked so phenomenal, but he is doing his thing, and they have 8 games in this bubble to hold on to this seed, to the AC, and I think they can do it. And a lot of people don't want to give Ja the credit he deserves, but he's added on some muscle, and I think this man is here to stay, and he's going to be a force in this league for a long time. Now let's hop into my Coach of the Year. I went back and forth a little bit on this one, and it was tough. And I had to go with, a lot of people were going to take Nick Nurse, but I had to go with Billy Donovan, Oklahoma City Thunder coach. Now I know he's been getting a lot of slander, a lot of hate for what he did when he had Kevin Durant, when he had Russell Westbrook. They didn't do too much, but he has overachieved with this team. I know they got Chris Paul and the veteran, who's one of my favorite players of all time, but they've got a young squad. They've got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who I think will be a superstar with Chris Paul. They've got Danilo Gallinari. They've got Steven Adams, who's still the only mainstay from the OKC days. But what he has been able to do in getting them to the 5th seed right now has been tremendous, and I think he deserves some respect for that in Coach of the Year. I know Nick Nurse has got the Raptors as the second best record, but he does have Pascal Siakam. He does have Fred VanVleet. He does have Ibaka. He does have Gasol in there in a weaker Eastern Conference. But I will give it to Billy Donovan. Now, let's hop to Defensive Player of the Year. And I kind of just didn't know what to do with this one, really. But I'm going to go with Giannis over Anthony Davis. Giannis has just been a force everywhere. He can guard every position, chase down blocks. He does it all. I'm picking Giannis. Sixth Man of the Year was between Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell. They both play on the same team in Los Angeles Clippers, both averaging a little over 18 points a game. Both come off the bench, but both play starter minutes. And I'm going to go with Lou Williams. And I know a lot of people get voter fatigue and they get tired of seeing Lou Williams, but he just keeps doing it. He keeps doing it. They call him Sweet Lou for a reason. Man plays in the game with big shots when things need to be done, and he continues to keep doing it at a high level as the older he gets. And have these Clippers at the second seed and championship contention, and I see no other reason why they can't do it. And I don't see why he can't. He doesn't deserve another six ring, six man of the award. Now let's go with the most improved player. Now I've seen a lot of guys, a lot of candidates. I've seen Jason Tatum, but I'm going with Brandon Ingram. His first season with the New Orleans Pelicans, he upped his points by 6 points per game from 18 to 24.3 points per game. And he needed this because on the Lakers, he wasn't going to get the opportunities he needed with AD and LeBron. Brandon Ingram is a guy who needs the ball in his hand to score and to make plays, and he has done nothing but elevate his game. Coming on that, he's coming up on a contract here, so I see no other reason why. And with that being said, I know his numbers have dropped a little bit since Zion has came back, but this man is showing you guys that he can ball, and he's elevated his game, and he's showing you that development works. As he's coming at age 22 and is averaging 24 points a game in the NBA, and that's not a joke. And he's became more efficient in his 3-point. He's not really a 3-point shooter as much as people think, but his mid-range is phenomenal. So those are my predictions. But let me hop right quick into tonight's games, and we get started with the Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans. Now Zion came back from the bubble, and they're not sure if he's going to play, and if he does, how many minutes, we're not sure. But Donovan Mitchell and company need to bounce back. I want to see how him and Rudy Gobert meshed since they were beefing, since Rudy Gobert pretty much was the first known player to get the virus, and how this all started, because I did think it was pretty ignorant for him to touch the mic. But I will pick the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. I think they got a lot of young talent. I think with Zion in there is going to give him a boost of energy. Now, the 9 o'clock Eastern slate game is what everybody's waiting on and what everybody's been watching on. The Los Angeles Lakers versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, the Lakers are down Avery Bradley, but hey, they added J.R. Smith. They got Deion Waiters. Kyle Kuzma will help LeBron and AD out. AD got poked in the eye, but my guess is he will play tonight. And then on the Clippers side, you still have Lou Will, who has a service quarantine from the Magic City incident. You got Montrezl Harrell, who's not suspected to play. No, I'm not sure what Landry Shaman's status is. I know Pat Bev's back. So this should be a very interesting game tonight. Let's see what Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have done, because Kawhi hasn't looked the best in the restart, and the scrimmages looked a little rusty. But that being said, I am taking the Los Angeles Clippers tonight to get the victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. I think these will be the two teams that will play in the Western Conference Finals, and I am taking the Clippers to get to the NBA Finals, and I am picking them to win the championship against the Milwaukee Bucks. But this should be an exciting game tonight. And I don't know about you, but I am excited to be back, people. I'm excited for the NBA to be back, and hopefully it works out, and hopefully they can finish this season. Let's get a little bit of normalcy up in here. We need it as a sports morass for a country, but everybody needs to keep social distancing and be safe. I will be back with more videos to come in. Football season is right there, getting around the corner, so we'll see what happens. But I'm excited, so be excited, and we'll see what happens. Hey, it's your boy Adrian, and I'm out.